peace to all the kings and queens on the check-in, gods and goddesses. Shalom to my Hebrew brothers and sisters. I know what y'all rocking with. This is Solar King Quran. This is my beautiful wife.
Solar Queen Mel, how y'all doing? I'm back here with Boo again.
Y'all might notice her from my Solar Flame channel, but our Solar Flame channel, but this is my Bite TV channel. This is where Black.intelligence Truthfully educate, and while she's a special guest today on here, is because we have actually cracked something in the heads, had a real download, and something that we thought about, and I think that I wanted to bring it here and bring her on camera so we can show I wanted us to tell our experience and also show how everybody's involved in this war.
Every single one of us is involved.
Excuse me for that. But yeah, everybody's involved in this war, and that war, that spiritual war that they talk about, that we all hear about and click about on YouTube, it actually hit our house. And she's like, how many months?
I'm 6 months pregnant, y'all. Let me show you.
Why you want to show them? She don't want to look pregnant. She just look
You
decent.
just get what's going.
But yeah, so, and how did it hit our house? The spiritual war hit our house because I was going through my awakening process. I'm still going through my awakening process, and she is.
I am definitely going through my awakening process, but it's been different. It's different for everyone, I could imagine. And I want to admit, like, it's different for me because of my background. I was raised Christian in a Christian household, so my way of trying to understand the awakening, I went back to old resources, which was the Bible. And it helped me get through my stages better, but it also put a blockage where I didn't obtain all the information as my husband did. And I don't think it's about obtaining all the information, but it's about, grasping it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
being open-minded to it.
And becoming the truth, you know? So that's where we want to break down into, because he has the Islamic background.
Yeah.
And
I have an Islamic background, but I also had spent some time with my childhood with Christians in my family. So I was open to everything, you know? So when I got my awakening, and it came from the earth, and the earth is actually providing me things, not a preacher or let's say a bishop who was saying, hey, read this book, and actually things was pouring in from anybody. I was getting stuff from Christians, Hebrews, Jews, everybody. Hebrews and
whoever
Jews,
had the truth coming out.
Whoever I was seeking the truth. I could say that, truth seeking, and part of me truth seeking, it caused the clash because, like she said, she comes from a Christian background, and her fight was so strong. She had so much passion in her fight and her beliefs. I'm like, hey, am I waking up? Am I the devil? I swear I had questioned myself, like, hey, am I the devil? Is the devil using me like part of this big scheme to fool the world and trick the world? Is he tricking me? And I didn't want that at all.
And I didn't make it any easier for him, because me having such a strong Christian background, anything that's kind of like out of the box, we kind of ordain it as evil. The devil is not for. If anything is against Jesus and the way it's supposed to be, you know what I mean? It's the devil. It's the devil trying to ruin the connection between us and Jesus. So I felt like I was being attacked. As much as I loved my husband and understood what he was saying, and the knowledge felt great and true, I also was pulled from him. I was pulled from the whole idea of, learning and wanting to take on new information, because I felt like he was, it was something trying to pull me from my destiny. And that was the biggest blockage for me, because I couldn't see anything else but that. And it caused a lot of arguments between him and I.
It almost caused us to break up.
Yeah.
And why I wanna so what I received, the download I received about all of this, I was waking up and somehow like my conscience knew that, hey, this is the second coming. Whatever you're going through, like I was waking up at 3. First it started with the waking up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning every night. And that's how I got my attention. I'm like, okay, why am I waking up like this? And I'm not only waking up to just be in a house or scoop around, I was waking up to go outside. And that felt weird, but then I'm like, okay, something's going on with my energy. But in the midst of this, people not understand. Well, I don't know if y'all understand, but that was the beginning of COVID. We're right in the middle of COVID. Everybody's on lockdown. This big spirit is coming to me just saying, hey, you're not on lockdown. Go outside. And I'm going outside. I'm actually tampering with the police restrictions and stuff like that. And once I found her, I was really, really receiving downloads because I guess it needed us to go against each other. It probably needed to know
We challenged each other at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was big. It was really big.
We challenged each other to the point where he started studying and checking like why his wife is so passionate about how she feels. And we both came to the conclusion that it's truth where it's truth. Like in the Bible, there's truth, and there's a message that needs to be known and read and to be followed. But the way they wrote it, it's going to depending on who's reading it, it's either going to uplift you or hold you back. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they're using real stories. They're using stories in a way where we could understand. It's not in a spiritual form as much as my husband been getting, because he gets spiritual downloads, and if he would write that into a story,
I would need something to put it in, and it would be like the story of
exactly
Joshua and all that.
It will be kind of the same form, and that's what we're
definitely
getting at. That not only it's the Bible, but also in the Islamic and the Quran and everything, the Buddhism.
It's all
the
books.
same.
This is what I would say, right? The true knowledge is not in no book. I'm going to start that over. The true knowledge that we need falls. Whatever you are, you come from somewhere. First, let's get this out there. Whatever we are, whatever I am, I come from somewhere. Whatever she is, she comes from somewhere. Not just her parents, her makeup, her karmic makeup, her everything is come from somewhere. So that is in her already. Our brain is there you go. So our brain is so unique that it stores this information till you're ready for it, and when it releases it, it's like a euphoria. And it keep releasing. It's like you keep on having an orgasm. It keep hitting you with stuff.
Right. You get excited. You get adrenaline rush, and you want to know. And you feel like there's something that's been hidden from you all your life, and you felt a part of it. And that's what gets me like confused sometimes, because you feel like you're a part of this new experience and things, but then you got the old ways telling you, no, don't do that. It's evil. It's restriction. You get what I mean? So those certain books that we read is meant to hold us back.
It's the restriction. It's from and this is the thing. Like she said, those books is gonna make you feel, because when me and her went at it, like she said, I went and studied I studied the Bible, and not like went and took a Bible and studied it. No, I studied the preachers. I studied the word that they was preaching, and I'm not gonna lie, studying so much is part of my feel good.
Yeah, for months.
For months it's my feel good. I wake up, I'll put my affirmations on, I'll meditate a little bit, then I get to my preachers, my T.D. Jakes, my Miles Monroe, or whoever it is. But it do put your spirits in what it needs. It gives you that temporary food, but that food that you need is like GMO, matter of fact. It's like non-GMO and GMO. What's that? GMO?
It's not the good stuff.
It's not the good stuff, but it give you what you need to hold you.
It's
for a little bit. It get you addicted. It get you what you need to hold you, but it's not what you need to live. Now, it's the same thing with the stories that they created. Yeah, they made people feel good, but then they did it for a perfect time, and then when that time came, they made sure that y'all was gonna cancel out everything. And that's what's happening, and that's what happened, and I want to explain that. I want to dig deep into that. And so I'm gonna get into while we on camera. On the internet right now, on YouTube, we have this thing called New Age. Me, I never got on camera and said, hey, I'm New Age, anything. Y'all have heard me say peace to the gods and goddesses, risings to my kings and my queens, shalom to my Hebrew brothers and sisters. While I say shalom to my Hebrew brothers and sisters, no, I am not part of any religion, but the 12 tribes, the 12 tribes and the 500-year curse, it was part of my wake up. It was the biggest thing of my wake up. So I am always going to incorporate the Hebrews in anything that I do because they helped me. They led the way. All these tribes passed me along until I got to the true knowledge. But on the internet, they have this thing called New Age. Explain New Age for us.
Yeah, so the New Age is like, if you're a woman, you do tarot cards, or, you know, use healing stones for healing, or, you know, just believing in ghosts, the dead ancestors, and etc. They're considered New Ages, and they'll believe that they're witches, they're sorcerers, they're evil, they're part of the devil's kingdom. And for a man, the man will come off like he's woke, you know, waking up. He won't be for this world. He won't be for the Bible. He won't be for no religion. He'll feel like he's God, and he'll feel like he's a king. And they call them the New Age, and they also call them, like, you know, part of the devil's kingdom. So all these things that are making a person feel good, and whatever they're using for them to heal, they're calling that evil, basically. And they're calling that the New Age, but it's been energy that's been here for years, you know.
So what I would say is that what she explained to y'all is what she explained to me, and I probably watched 2 videos of what New Age is, and I automatically seen 2 videos of people bashing New Age. So I'm like, hey, I never said nothing about New Age. I don't know. I'm like, when she first said that, I'm like, what is New Age?
Right.
And I had to go see if that was like some cult or something she was saying I was in.
It's like a cult. It's like another cult. That's what they want us to visualize it.
So when I seen what it was, I'm like, hey, I never got up with anybody else and said, hey, can I be a part of that and learn that? This is something that went to my conscious, like totally went straight to my conscious. Yeah. And not only do they have these videos canceling out New Age and putting people in a box, right? And I think one of the videos like 3 years ago of like bashing New Age. And I'm like, hey, this video is 3 years ago and it's been around for a while. All I want to say is we don't control this. We don't control YouTube, right? And if y'all could look at it, I'll look at it. And I wish my wife would look at it. Her thing she just did, and that's why we on camera together. But my thing is that they control everything we do. If we want to put this video out and they don't want nobody to see it, nobody will see it. I promise you they won't.
Yeah, they're gonna put it behind.
There you go.
The lowest of the viewing list.
Yeah. So now so out of nowhere, like she said, a person would start feeling good, and then you have videos on the internet out of the blue. Like nobody conscious was doing this 5 years ago. Yeah. 5 years ago, I was part of like the street life and worrying about that. I wasn't worrying about nothing on YouTube.
Neither was I.
But they just like they control the media. They knew what time the second coming was coming, and they also knew how to paint the picture that whoever God's true kids was, right? They have the stories. They had these stories way before us. All they did was gave us the stories in reverse. But whoever God's true kids was, they was going to receive these superpowers. They was going to be like the Jesus Christ of the New Age. They was going to be on the screen looking in wife beaters, cuts, bullet wounds, preaching this word. This is what this energy is.
They were looking for somebody wearing gold and things. They looking for somebody that has, you know, a name for themselves already. They're not looking at the young black man with a camera in his room, you know, saying that, yeah, this is going to be the reason, he's going to be the way out, you know, to a better world. Of course not. They shunned that. They shunned that from generations before we even got here.
Pay attention to what she just said, and I'm glad I like to do things organically. We don't have no books in front of us. I am somebody who receives something I believe can change the world. In my own passion, I say, hey, put the video out. We're gonna change the world. What you said is that this young black man was gonna make way to a better world, and no, it's not this black man. It's not this black man at all. This shit is gonna die, and this is not who I am. But this energy that I am, this energy that wakes me up at 3 o'clock in the morning still to this day, that energy that keeps me going, like hard, surviving. I probably never lived a day living life probably since I was 2 years old. This energy has been helping me survive since 2 years old. And not to live a life, but to survive through life. And so it's not me that's gonna direct. Or nobody else. What's his name? Jamal Rashard. I'm gonna big him up because I've been watching his videos all day, and I'm gonna say his name because he looked just like me, like a thug. We rolling up weed. Nobody would believe us. Y'all wouldn't believe us because they told y'all not to believe us, and not only did they tell y'all not to believe us, during slavery we had a time where we lost all of our information. In return, they gave us a certain information that was the Bible. So since the days of slavery, they narrated that these black people was gonna wake up, but they was gonna be the devil when they wake up. They wasn't gonna be from God. They can't be from God because they told y'all we not from God. And in my house, it's like that. So
it's kind of that same battle.
It's definitely that same battle, and I want to make things better for my house and for the world, and let y'all know that us black boys, we never worried about getting any type of information because the type of information that we receive, and we didn't think at the time of before waking up that information was going to help us survive through life. We didn't think it was going to take a little bit of information to make us a whole different person. No. We was taught that we had to hustle every day on the corner, sell drugs, pimp, whoever it is, to survive, to have a better life. They didn't teach us that, hey, you sit down and some information going to come to you. So it's shocking for us just like it's shocking for y'all. And it's so shocking for us that we do think we the devil. And that hurts that we think we the devil. That when we waking up to energy, that we are questioning ourselves like, hey, it's the devil playing tricks on us. And that's corny, but we are the new way only because the energy is teaching us a new way, because we are the ones who needed the most help. I don't know if y'all looking, but in this society, the black men need the most help. We needed that information right away to keep us from dying, because that's all we've been doing is dying. So if y'all jealous of that, then cool. That's what this reality taught us, to be jealous of people who's doing good. So we get it. But maybe we should listen to the girl with the cars, the girl with the stones, or the guy with the stones and the guy with the visions, because we not doing a good job right now. So
speak your truth. I'm just listening because I played a big part in how he feels, and it don't feel good to see him hurting like that. It's just the way the energy was set up on the black woman. We're supposed to be the strongest and the most there for our black men, and the fact that we've been so scarred and hurt over the years and years of keeping us down. The moment that we was uplifted, we just was like, nobody was there for us. You know what I mean? We became real bitter, and it hurts that I'm in this relationship and I'm seeing myself also as a bitter black woman, and I carried on energies from my mom, from my grandparents, and to the point where I can't even see a black king. You get what I mean? I can't even represent him well. I don't know how. You get what I mean? It's come to a point where I have to literally listen and hear what he says, so that I won't keep putting him down, ways uplifting. Because I'm pretty sure if I was the queen that I'm supposed to be right now in my right form, he will be blossoming out here. He'll be doing everything. He'll be killing it out here. You get what I mean? So it's important for us as women, as black women, to be so supportive and understanding our black king, regardless of what they're talking about, if it makes sense or not to you at the time. We are already spiritual believers. God is in us from the day we're born. We believe in our black men. We're supposed to be like that from the get-go. But the fact that we, like my husband said, the government became my man. I got lost and I didn't feel a need to need him. So the moment that I realized how much I'm hurting him because he felt not needed and because he felt like I'm looking at a government as my man, I gotta correct myself. You get what I mean? It's everything with me is different. My awakening is different because I have a lot of learning to do. It's things in my mind.
First,
yes, and he's teaching me, and I probably wouldn't listen if he wasn't around. You get what I mean? I'm hard-headed. So this spirit is big. What it's doing is cleansing out the old, taking out that old ways, and showing us how we can live again as humans, as people, as vibrant, high-being people. Because that's what we're going to be on Earth now. You know what I mean? On Earth, we are what we are. This flesh. We can't be nothing else on this planet. So we gotta, understand the experiences that we're going through now and appreciate it and love each other. Definitely love each other.
It's time to rise up. That's what I know. It's time to rise up. This Bite TV with Black.intelligence, Truthfully.educates, and y'all got a good one today.